I have lived lives before this one, and once I was a person that fell in love with someone, that someone fell in love with because my accent was just enough proud Scouse and just enough stubborn Lancashire to make my poetry precise enough for her science. And now my vowels roll like marbles across the pennines of my tongue, teeth, lips. We loved like Humphrey Davy laughed when he was high on gas, which is to say plentifully and sometimes without reason. Our love letters were part stanza and part test tube, and we traversed the universe each night and met together in the sublime. We danced like it was a time before poetry and philosophy and science were separate things. She smiled particles and personification, and all the metaphors that we would come to learn about the Milky Way could never beat the day that she turned to me and said, I had a laugh she wanted to bottle up and show her grandchildren, so that she could tell them that once she was the woman that someone fell in love with because her eyes were blue enough to search the skies for answers, but green enough to remember to come back down into earth in time to dream. Thank you. I sometimes feel like it was my fault. You left us from one heartbeat to the next, and all I could do was stand there and wish you well. The things I would swap for more minutes full of cups of tea and talking to you are numerous and include the taste of meat and potato pie, memories from my childhood, all of the bees in the world, the joy I get from kindness, every single one of my wife's many hats, every beautiful thing I own. 3 toes from my left foot, but only 2 from my right. Theresa May, though, to be fair, I'd swap her for a Freddo and a cuppa, so that's not saying much. The ability to say my own name. Every single episode of Orange is the New Black and the L Word. 10 years from my own life. The real kicker, the thing that knocks my teeth out and leaves me broken, is that you were so much more than any person has any right to be. You told me to go fuck myself, to pick myself off, dust myself off, and start all over again. And when I couldn't, you'd make sure I was tightly wrapped and well supplied with tea and Eggs Benedict. Your words wove around us all. You talked about the fall of patriarchy and capitalism as though they were each within reach. We just had to climb a little harder than most. Your ghost drives me on, makes me want to change the things I am told I cannot, work harder on the things I can, and fuck the difference. Thanks very much.